under division is called ratio. For example, if we take any two quantities like 5 books and 10 books, there are similar quantities here. Book is the similar quantity, so 5 books and 10 books. If we take these two quantities and compare them under division, like if we take the 5 books and 10 books and 5 and 10, 5, 10 we have taken, and just divide these two quantities 5 by 10 and is exactly equals to 1 by 2 or 5 by 10. In simplest form we have written, and we call this is as ratio. We've taken two quantities, books, or if you want to take any other thing like 2 pence and 5 pence. When we compare these two on the division, we call them it is ratio. We call it is a ratio, and ratio it will be represented as with the symbol, the two dots vertically and this dot in this form. So it's called as 5 is to 10. This also can be written as 5 by 10. So 5 by 10 usually on the division we have written. So the ratio is 5 is to 10. This is to we need to call as is to 5 is to 10. So always we need to remember whatever the quantities we are taking, that two quantities are similar. If we take that 5 books and 2 pence is not comparable until and unless we take any 5 books and 5 books and 2 pence or 10 books and 2 pence or something which are in the same places and we have taken before. So the quantities should be taken in the same form, like books or pens or people or boys and girls or something we have taken, children and elders. Like in this similar way we have taken, then it will be meaningful. If we take something like books and roads are constructed, so it is meaningless. We cannot compare this all the things which are different in quantity and different which are not similar. So this is a concept about ratio we have discussed. So all we need to take the similar quantities and divide them, and we write it in the form of 5 is to 10, like 5 or is to. This is a symbol for ratio. So this is the concept. Let us go for the terms in the terms of the ratio. Here we have observed there are two terms, that is 5 by 10 is written as 5 is to 10. There are two terms representing the ratio. Always we'll take, in some cases we have it, so third term also in high classes we are going to learn about it. So here we have the two terms. The first part is called as antecedent. First part is called as antecedent, and the second part here is called consequent. Antecedent and consequent, and there are two parts. First one is antecedent, left hand side. Whenever we are looking at the ratio, and the order must be important. The most important is order here, and whatever the first is here, like we observe the ratio, and the left hand side part is called antecedent, and right hand side part is called as consequent. These are the parts, these are the terms, the ratio. And let's discuss about the properties of ratio. We have some properties like antecedent and consequent is multiplied by the same number. Let us take if it is multiplied with the same number, 5 is to 10, then it is multiplied by 2, so into 2, so it becomes here 10 into 20, so 10 is to 20. So when we multiply this antecedent and consequent, the ratio on both the sides with the constant number, with the antecedent and with the consequent also. We multiply with the same number into 2 into 2. So we are getting 10:20. So this is similar to the 5:10. For example, we take this 5:10 and this 10:20. We compare this both. Like we get here 1:2 because we cancel 5 table in this, and this also we cancel 10 table. We get 1:2. These are similar. So what we understood, we have taken a ratio and antecedent and consequent is multiplied with this constant number, and the ratio will be same. It will not be changed. So let's take this some other example. 5:10. 5:10. Let's divide with some number with a constant number. We'll divide on both the sides like antecedent and consequent. Now previously we have multiplied with a constant number on both the sides. It will be same. So the the value of ratio is not changed. It is both are equal. So 5:10. So let us divide antecedent and consequent in these parts. Whatever the ratio we have the parts, let us divide with a constant number. Let's take 5 and divide with 5 on both the sides like antecedent and consequent. So divided by 5 and divided by 5. So we get here the result is 1:2. So because 5 by 5 is 1 and 10 by 5 is 2. So we got 1:2 here. So what we understood, this is 5:10. Already we have discussed about before, and then this is 1:2. And again we divide this ratio by 5 and we are getting the 1:2 again. So what we understood from here is we take a ratio and divide with a constant number to the ratio like parts for each part, and the value of ratio is not changing, the same thing, but it is different of addition and subtraction. If we add some numbers on both the sides, if a constant number is added for antecedent consequent, it will not be same, the ratio will be changed. So it is equal when we multiply same number on both the sides of the ratio like antecedent consequent, and division also same, but addition we cannot do for antecedent and consequent. If you add a constant number, the value of ratio will be changed. This is not matter for subtraction also, it will be changed. So it is equal for only multiplication and division. Let's discuss about equivalent fraction, equivalent ratio. Like just before we have discussed, just we can observe from that this is 5:10 and we multiply by 5 into 2 and 10 into 2. So after multiplying a constant number, we got 10:20. So this we understood this both are equal. When we simplify both, 1:2, this is 1:2, this both are equal. And this kind of ratios are called equivalent ratios. The ratios which are equal, including the order of the parts are equal. This is 5 and 10 and 10 and 5. How this is equal we can observe. That is 5:10 can be written as 1:2 and this can be written as 1:2. So 1:2 is similar, the same to the 1:2. The both are equal. So we can say that these are equivalent. When they are equal to two quantities, two ratios are equal, we say that the two ratios are equivalent ratios. This is 1:2 and this is 1:2. These are equivalent ratios. Let's go to the next concept, that is simplest form of the ratio. Simplest form of ratio. Just before we have discussed, we have taken 5:10. Let's cancel with 5 table, we get 1:2. 10:20, cancel with 10 table, we get 1:2. This is the simplest form. Whatever the numbers will be cancelled on both the sides. Like for example, we take 24 is 2, 30. So what we understood here is 24 and 36. We get a 4 table on both the sides, like left hand side and right hand side. So 4 6 are 24 and 4 9 are 36. So what we take, let's divide with 4 on both the sides of antecedent and consequent of this ratio. Like let's divide by 4 and divide by 4. What we get result is 6. We get 6 here and is to 9. But we can cancel again still, because there is a 12 table. We did not cancel, but we have taken this 4 table. So it is cancelled still. So 6 is to 9. We get 3 table on both the sides. So let's take, this is 3 table, 3 into 2 is 6. So let's divide with 3 on both the sides. So divide by 3 and divide by 3. The gap is here 2. This is 2, is 2, 3. So 6 by 3 is 2 and 9 by 3 is 3. So 2 is to 3. Now we cannot cancel because these are prime numbers, 2 into 2 and 3. We don't get any common factor for both. So we have taken the ratio. We simplified with all the terms or both the terms on this. So antecedent consequent. So till the two numbers, the two values are not having the common factors, like 2 is to 3. So this is a simplification, how we simplify the ratio, the simplest form of the ratio. So until now we have discussed about ratio and the terms and its properties and the simplest form and equivalent ratio. Let's go to the next concept, that is simple interest. So earlier we have discussed about the simple interest in previous classes. Like if we take any loan from the bank, so for example we have taken 10,000 rupees from the bank and for 1 year, and after 1 year we are going to pay that 10,000. So we need to pay some extra amount to the bank because we have taken a loan. So that's the reason to pay on on that particular amount. We need to give some extra amount to that addition to that 10,000 rupees. So whatever the amount we are paying additionally along with the amount what we have taken, that is called as interest. We need to pay. So what we are going to pay to that additional amount. So for example, we have taken 10,000 rupees. So we will pay after 1 year. So a particularly one percentage of amount we need to pay for monthly for this kind of amount. So for 100 rupees we need to pay 1 rupee. Like in that form, the percentage we need to calculate and pay for whole 10,000 rupees. And we get here the time period also. If the time period is increased, then again an additional amount we need to pay for a year, for whole year it will be added. So this kind of things, what is the additional amount we are paying, so that is called interest. So in order to say some other example, like if we deposit some money in the bank, like a fixed deposit, so we get some additional amount after some time, like for after 1 year we get some additional amount what we have deposited along with that. So that is called interest paid by the bank, because we have deposited our money, so they are paying some extra amount to us. So that is called additional amount. That additional amount is called as interest. So the amount and the additional amount paid by the bank or somebody to us, so that is called interest. And amount and interest, so the total, so the principal what we have taken and the interest, so together we call amount. The principal and interest together is called as amount. So the extra money what we have getting, or what we are paying to somebody when we have taken a loan, in that cases that amount, additional amount, is called as interest. So let's discuss about the interest. So simple interest, so it has some formula, it has some rule to get only the interest what we need to pay, or what we will get. That is, the interest is equals to the amount, the interest of the amount is equals to principal. That means how much money we have taken. What amount pay some certain amount additional to that. How much amount we need to pay is that it is a particular order for 1% or 2% or 3%. The percentage out of 100 we need to give. For each 100 we need to give. If we are taking the 100 rupees, like for each 100 we need to pay 1 rupee. For if it is 1% interest, like if we have taken 10,000 rupees. So how many hundreds are there? We need to find out. So 100 hundreds are there, and this. So for each 100 we need to pay 1 rupee. So how many hundreds are there? There are 100 hundreds. So 100 rupees we need to pay for 1 month. That is called as a rate of interest. 1% means 100. So if it is 2%, for each 100 we need to pay 2 rupees, like that. So this is calculated as a rate of interest. We call rate of interest. And time, and whole divided by 100. So as the percentage we are taking, that's the reason we are dividing with 100. So principal is multiplied with rate of interest and to the time. So divide by 100, then we'll be getting interest, what is to be paid or what we will get. So for example, let us take one of the example. So let's take, we have taken 10,000 rupees from the bank, the principal we had taken from the bank. So the rate of interest is to be paid is 10%. 10% we need to pay. That means we have discussed about the percentage. That is, for each 100 we need to pay 10 rupees additionally for 1 month. So that is called rate of interest. Additionally we need to pay. How many hundreds are there? That many times we need to pay. That is rate of interest. We know rate percentage. As a percentage we have learned in previous classes about the percentage. So in that manner, so rate of interest is 10%. And time, how much time we have taken for each month we have discussed now. So month, how many months? But here the time will be calculated in the years. For interest, always we calculate in the year only. So if it is given the months, we'll change that months into the years. Then we calculate that value. For time is, for example, 1 year. Let's take 1 year. So we have taken 10,000 rupees for the bank at the rate of 10% interest, and after 1 year, how much amount we need to pay the interest? What is the interest to be paid, and what is the total amount we need to pay? Let's find out. So here, the interest is equal to principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. And you just here we have discussed. So interest is equals to principal is 10,000 rupees. Into rate of interest is 10, into time is 1 year divided by 100. So let's check that here. There are the zeros, 2 zeros. Let's cancel these 2 zeros and 2 zeros. We get here interest is equals to 100 and to 10. So interest is equals to 1,000 rupees. So only the interest to be paid is 1,000 rupees. And to pay 1,000 rupees. So total amount we need to pay is, the total amount to be paid amount is equals to principal plus interest. This is P is P meant for principal, and I is interest. How much amount we need to pay additionally to that. So principal is how much we have taken, so or how much we have given if we given to somebody for the interest. So we have taken from the bank. So principal is 10,000 rupees. This is 10,000 plus interest is 1,000 rupees. So totally